Hello everyone, this is Mr. Flights. I am going to talk you through briefly the first assignment, this first standard assignment number 1. And honestly, if you read these instructions carefully and follow the directions carefully, you should do fine. But the first thing that we will do is read this. As we have learned, all music compositions are made up of musical ideas. Your task in this assignment is to identify the two music ideas that make up the piece. So there are two music ideas that make up the entire minute-and-a-half long piece. First, you're going to go down over here and listen to the piece of music from beginning to end. And maybe once or twice you'll listen to it. And after you've listened to the piece, you're going to come over here and click on idea A and listen to that. And there you have it. One of the things that you want to take notice of is if you play it again, look at the timer. Idea A lasts less than 10 seconds. So that's important to remember when you're marking down these ideas. So once you hear that a few times, get used to what you're hearing, then go ahead and listen to idea B. So go ahead and listen to it again. So again, that idea B, is only about 10 seconds long itself. So here we're going to go down, and also there's a question here. Before we get to answering the questions, there is a short section at the end of the piece where neither A or B happens. You'll hear that. If needed, compare this with idea A and B to hear the difference. While entering your answer for this particular section of the piece, please address the following. How would you characterize or describe this section? What do you think its function is? Why do you think the composer put it there? So if we come down to here, click Add Submission. The page will reload and you will see a comment box over here where I am pointing. Because I'm the teacher, I don't have that. I don't have a place to add submission because I'm the teacher, but that will happen on your page. You'll click play and start the video and wait until you hear the beginning of musical idea A or B. So I would click on it. So guess what? Just in that 14 seconds, we found out a lot of things. There's about a 5-second intro. If we go back and listen to that. Okay, so you have a bassoonist, that's a bassoonist, a short 5-second bassoon intro. So you'd click on submission, and at 5 seconds you would type in intro bassoon, whatever you want to write. And then it continues, well, going back to the beginning real quick. Okay, so you have just heard idea A. ending at about 15 seconds. So you'll go to this comment box and you'll say idea A, and played by, if you can recall, it was played by the bassoonist continued, and it was joined once the idea began. The melody was played by the oboes. So the oboes joined in, and with a little help from the violins. So let's continue. Okay, there was idea A again. Now, if I had kept going and let it go on and on, I know that something would be wrong, because remember we talked about this piece only having 2 ideas, and each of these ideas we've already heard are only about 10 seconds long. So you're going to be stopping and starting this video at about every 10 seconds. So I just stopped it again, and I would go to a comment box and I would put idea A occurs again, or you could just put idea A, the second occurrence of it. And if you recall, just by the video, which is nice, you can actually see the instruments playing, that it was played by flutes, and I saw there was a clarinet playing, and the violins were also playing, and the bassoon, I believe, is still continuing to play. So what happens next? We keep going. Here we go again. And that was idea B. Lasted about 10 seconds, primarily violins. So you'd go over to the comment box, type in at whatever it was, 24 seconds or something, to 33 seconds, idea B, violins. And that's what you do for this entire piece. And so it's not going to take you long, because the piece is only about 1.5 minutes long. As it says, click play to start the video and wait until you hear the beginning of a musical idea, A or B. Click pause and use the comment box to write beginning of idea A or B. Click post to record your comment at that point in the video. I would like you to also mention if you hear a particular instrument. That would be nice. Toggle between play and pause to continue writing down the beginning of each musical idea throughout the piece. Note you will need to click post button after each comment you enter to ensure that each comment is associated with the correct timings. Make sure you do that. Optional, but I would like you to try to do this. If you are familiar with the instruments that play each of the 2 ideas, go ahead and write their names after identifying the ideas. Idea B, example idea B, played by the violins, which is true. And don't forget to remember to address the 2 questions about the short section at the end of the piece, where neither A or B happens. How would you characterize that section? What do you think is its function? And that's it. Once you have finished inputting your comments to the right of this video, which they would all be over here, click Save Changes. You will have the option to edit submission after you have saved your changes to continue working on your assignment. In other words, if you get sidetracked or something, you can stop, save your changes, and then come back later. Click Submit Assignment when you are ready to submit. Click Continue at the prompt. Are you sure you want to submit your work for grading? You will not be able to make any more changes. And there you have it. Not very difficult, but hopefully that helped me walking through it for you and with you. Have a good one.